Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris back with you with another unboxing and review video, and I'm super pumped about tonight because tonight we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Intelligent 3D Pin, and this is the 3rd edition, number 3, and the model number is SL300. Again, this is a 3D printing pin. Absolutely amazing. And just like all my unboxing and review videos, look in the description box below the video where you can find this direct link for this product and read more about it. Purchase it yourself, guys. So again, we will be unboxing this and we will be putting it through the test as well. And in the box, we have one pin, one adapter, a pin base, a manual, and bags of filaments ×2. So I'm pretty sure that is what prints out the 3D is the bags. We have 2 of those. Anyway, we're gonna get to that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and unbox this guy here. Comes in a nice box, very similar to like maybe a large iPhone Plus type of a box. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run through this tape here and we're gonna open it on up. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and open this guy on up. Again, very, very cool little box and very, very nice. As we can see, our pin is displayed just beautifully right there. And so let's get the pin out of the way first, and we'll get to the kind of the boring stuff first, and then we'll get to the pin. All right, right off the bat is our stand right here. And we'll get close-up shots of this, don't worry about that, which does have a little suction cup area right here. And what that does is that would go on your table and then has that little popping there. So again, that kind of just stays put on whatever surface you put it at. Now, as we can see here in this bag is our adapter. And let's go ahead and take a look at this here. This is going to be a input 100 through 240 volt, 50 through 60 hertz, 0.65 amp max. Output is 12 volt. Through 2000 mA. And some of you guys might be curious about the length. I do this in all my videos, so we're just gonna do it real quickly. And that's a solid, probably tip to tip, that's a solid 4.5, 5 foot plug probably. I'm about 5'9", my wingspan is about the same, and that's shorter than my wingspan, so again, about 5 footish cord, again, tip to tip, and it has a little plug-in right there. We'll get to that, don't worry. Now in the box, again, we have our 2 packets right here. We have PLA and ABS right there. And let's go ahead and take a look at our very extensive manual, and that's it for the box there, guys. Now, really quickly, let me run over some specifications with you guys real quickly that I haven't mentioned. It says the net weight is 55 grams, the size is 180 L, which is length by 24 wide by 24 high, and that's all in millimeters. The color is black, white, dark gray, black, blue, black, green. Recommended temperature is ABS 180 through 210 Celsius. PLA wood is 160 through 180 C Celsius. Supported material 1.75 millimeter PLA wood ABS. And it says that benefits of the 3rd generation 3D pin, the lightest 3D pin in the globe, only 55 grams. That again is fantastic, guys. We have a material temperature button, a material temperature button plus and minus, LCD screen, speed control, minus or plus, wire, unload button, wire, feeding button plus and minus, and then the nozzle down at the bottom. And again, pretty extensive manual. It looks like it's in several languages. Looks like we have Chinese, Korean, English, Russian, all sorts of different languages there, guys. So make sure you always read the instructions before you start. I never do, and I always run into problems sometimes. And then you look at the manual and you're like, oh my gosh, I should have known. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the most exciting part, because the charging cables, that's kind of the boring stuff. A little pouch there with our 3D pin right here. Again, this is the black color, very nice. Let's go ahead and open this guy on up. And again, guys, a very good looking pin. And the brand name again is SUNLU, Sunlu. Very, very nice, guys. We have kind of a almost like a matte gray, and then we have into a matte black are our colors here. We'll get a close-up shot again, don't worry. And we have the back here is where we would put in, as we can see, and then you would plug that into your wall. And again, with our little stand right here, we have that guy right there, and then your pin would just, my guess is probably would just go in like that there. And that would stay on your desk, and then remove it when you're ready to go. So that's a really cool stand, guys. All right, guys, we have it plugged in here. Now, if I mentioned in the video that it has a battery, it does not have a battery. You have to plug it in order for it to work here. Now I hit a little button there here. Let's go ahead and go back. Now, as we can see right off the bat on our little LCD display here, it says PLA. That's the different type of plastics you can put in. Again, it came with PLA and ABS. So we would change this to ABS. Now it knows that you're going to be working with ABS. So whatever one you put in, you want to change it to the proper one. So let's say we're going to stick in PLA. You would stick in PLA, make sure it says PLA here, and you're good to go. All right, guys, now down here on the side of the pin here, we see a couple buttons right here. This one up front is the wire feeding button plus, and the one down here is the wire feeding button unload, wire button minus. Over here on this side, we have speed control, so you would have speed control minus and speed control plus right here, and then again the nozzle right up here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pin around. Nice little grip right here, and that again is a kind of a gray with a matte black on the bottom here. And then we have again our insert for our plug right here, our loader right there for our plastics, SUNLU right there, logo. Coming all the way down to that side, and again that side there with the LCD, and then our nozzle right there. Alright guys, so the directions say that we need a preheat. So what we need to do is we need to select again which plastic we're going to insert. So I'm going to go ahead and start with PLA, and let's go ahead and preheat it now. So we've already selected it. We want to press the feeding button here, which is the button right there. Now as we can see, it's preheating here, so it's counting up, and we're preheating there. And so once the red light indicator has come on, which it is barely coming on, oh there it is right there. So once that red indicator light has come on, entering preheating mode, in which LED screen displays real-time heating temperature. When LED turns to green from red, indicating the end of preheating process, then you can start the following process. It takes about 30 seconds to preheat. So as we can see here, the green light has now come on from red. So we are preheated. So now we need a selection of the extruding speed. So you go ahead and choose the proper speed you want, and then we'll go ahead and load it up and we'll go ahead and get started. All right guys, now something to keep in mind is that if you're not using it, it will go into sleep mode, which is a cool safety feature. Just in case you get up and you forget it's on, it will actually go into sleep mode, which is good, and it will then cool off and turn off. We're opening up our PLA plastic right now, and we're gonna go ahead and stick that inside here, again in the feeding tube right over here by the cord here. So we'll go ahead and stick that in, and then we will go ahead and push the wire feeding loading button up front, same one for preheat. As we can hear a little motor inside. There we go. We had to kind of help it in there, but now it's automatically going in all by itself. It's kind of hard to tell because it's so long. I have to kind of look at it carefully, but I see it going in by itself now, so it's loading in. And again, it needs to travel all the way down to the into the pin here. So okay, now once you start, I let it go a little bit too long, but once you start seeing plastic come out of the bottom here, go ahead and stop. You push the feed button again to stop it, and again it will stop there. Now there is a little bit of clear plastic, probably from quality control when they just tested it out real quickly there. And again, it's just a little bit of clear plastic that you'll see come out of the bottom. Now with our plastic inserted in the back, now it's all the way up to the front tip. And again, it'll just ooze out a little bit. You know, it's just like a hot glue gun pretty much. But what we're gonna do here, guys, is we're gonna go ahead and use our speed control button here. And we're just gonna play around with this, and then we're gonna bring the camera around and get kind of a close-up shot, but I just kind of wanna play around with it just a little bit here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of make a cube right here. So we're gonna go ahead and draw. And again, you can lower the speed, minus and forward. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and hit we've chosen our speed. I'm just on speed 5 for right now. And again, you will go ahead and tap our feeding button plus, and then when you're ready to stop, you go ahead and push it again and it will stop. You don't have to hold it down. Very cool, guys. I made my little box here. Now we're gonna bring it up into a 3D shape. And something to keep in mind, it depends on what surface you're sticking this holder cap to. But again, this thing, sometimes if it doesn't stick too well, it depends what surface. The weight of the pin, I actually had it fall over, and you gotta be careful, especially if it's plugged in and the tip is hot. Again, it depends what surface you stick it to, and you might wanna lick the bottom of that and stick it down for a little bit more moisture. That is a little tip, because I actually had the pin fall over, and this undid all by itself as I was coming back from the bathroom and I see the pin on the floor, so be careful of that. And if it goes into sleep mode, again, just hit the feed button plus, and then it will heat up again. And it depends how fast it went into sleep. That was very quickly, it preheated there. And so now we're good to go with our green button here. Now again, the feed button plus is right here. So again, you just tap that once, it'll feed, and then when you're done, tap it again. Let's go ahead and get started, and we'll bring this cube into a 3D shape here. So we're gonna hit the feeding plus button here. And we wanna bring, gonna be a little tricky, but we're gonna bring that up, and then we're gonna hit it again, it's gonna stop. Now with some of this plastic, because it is hot, you kind of need to blow on it a little bit to bring that shape up. There we go, guys. Now you will have little pieces of little doodly bobbly that kind of come off just like a hot glue gun. So you might want to have like a little pair of nippers, you know, next to you or something like that to be able to get that off. Now again, it kind of swivels on you a little bit, so you want to blow on it for a few seconds before you detach it, and then it will stick nicely here. So let's go ahead and do the complete box. Now you will get a little bit of stuff on the end of the tip. Just be careful of your fingers if it's hot. And let me show you on this side how we're looking here. We're blowing on it right now. And then you just release your pin, and there you go like that, guys. Very, very cool, huh? Hey guys, there we go. That's actually not too bad, but for my first time, but that's pretty cool though, guys. Again, just play around with the speeds, and again, the start and stop buttons so that you can stop and you can get it really nice. Again, blow on it for the top ones, and even some of these side ones, they kind of start sagging a little bit on you, so you got to be a little careful. And then it depends what material you're sticking it to. This is just regular computer paper, and you lift it up, and there it is, guys. Now you will again have little doodly booblies on here like this. You go ahead and just remove that, just like a hot glue gun. Again, guys, take some scissors and snip that up there. But overall, just a cool little pin. So there we go, a little 3D cube there. Again, the top is not perfect, you know, but definitely cool to play around with, guys. All right, guys, just overall cool pin. I really like it. You could definitely do some cool things with it. Now again, when you are going up or going across, again, because of the temperature of the plastic, you might want to blow on it for a few seconds before you release it, and just again play around with the different speeds so that you can do it a little bit more detailed. Again, this was my first time, so I didn't make a perfect box. The bottom was cool, but the top of it kind of sunk in a little bit because of the heat, but just a cool little pin. It's definitely fun to play around with and fun to do some really cool projects. So again, look in the description box below for this exact same 3D printing pin, and have fun, enjoy it. And also, guys, remember to subscribe. I got a lot more products being sent out to me, so subscribe so you're always up to date with what new product I am reviewing. So look in the description box below, enjoy your 3D printing pin, enjoy life. My name's Chris, I'll see you on the next review. Take care, bye-bye.